This program is presented by QubicaAMF, making bowling amazing.
It's round 5 of the QubicaAMF Masters Stepladder here on the Bowling Promotion Tour. And today we're featuring number 5 seed Mike de Boer versus the number 3 seed England's Phil Manning. Let's recap the stepladder so far. It was Pepi Consteri winning her first 2 matches against Joe Crook and Arnois Ambiel, and then de Boer defeated both Consteri and fellow Finnish PWBA player Elisa Hiltunen. So now de Boer earns the right to face Manning, with the winner taking on David Barak, with number 1 seed Kenny B.O. waiting in the wings. This is our 19th match overall of 24. We'll be ringing you as part of the 2024-2025 Bowling Promotion Tour season. And there is our referee looking to kick off the match. I believe it will be Phil Manning starting on that left lane. Manning was throwing that Optimum Idol in practice, and let's see if he stays with it. We are on the 5th game of this oiling of the Brunswick Gateway Arch oil pattern, 42 feet, 9.3 to 1, 26 mils, so a fairly high ratio pattern. Makes the pocket fairly accessible, although our last match was low scoring. And let's see how Phil makes out on this left lane with that Optimum Idol and how he handles this transition. Pretty good shot to start things off. Light to the pocket and gets the mixer. So good start there for Philip Manning, of course married to Becca, and there is Becca. We saw Becca earlier in women's stepladder and other matches. And again, nice steady balance at the line, comes up and gets that opening strike. And good start there for Manning. Now Mike de Boer, 25-year-old, only bowling two-handed for 2 years, and comes up right up the lane, dead flush. Great start for de Boer, and he struggled in our last match. As we said, he only was able to muster a single double. Let's see how he can do here. And you can see that is just dead perfect in the pocket for de Boer. And there is Yvonne Rhodes, and Yvonne was Phil Manning's mixed doubles partner when they claimed that title. So it will be Manning looking for his second title here on the Bowling Promotion Tour TV matches, and de Boer seeking his first. And here is de Boer on the left lane. He gets the mixer strike on the left lane, so he could double up, and that will give him the early 10-pin lead. And you can see pretty good balance there right at it. So we've got 2 shots on the left lane and 2 mixer strikes. So not bad. The left lane had been hooking a little bit more, but I think the bowlers are seeing some carry down and a little less hook in the mid lane and on the back end, especially on that left lane. Now it's Manning. Can he match the de Boer double? And he goes up the lane, turns it up, and oh, he got that 5-pin, was trying to go over and take out the 7, but I think it got knocked out of the way by the head pin and coming back across the deck. Let's have a look at it. Pretty good shot. So you see the head pin goes to the sideboard, comes back and just chops that 5, stopping it from taking out the 7-pin. So this will be a straight up 7-pin conversion for Manning. No problem there. So that'll give him 20 in the first, and he's down 10 early on in the match. Phil Manning, a 37-year-old player. He normally averages 229. But he averaged 221 to claim the number 3 seed in the 18 games of qualifying for this Bowling Promotion Tour. And let's see if he can get back on the strike train here on the left lane. And look at that nice solid release, solid at the line, and another mixer strike. We're 3 for 3 on mixers. on that left lane, and a pretty good shot there by Phil Manning. So he goes spare strike to kick things off. Look at that nice steady head. Gets through the shot. Give us that power. Yes. Come on now. Let's go. Give me that strike. Good shot there. Manning, no stranger to pressure. Came through with some clutch doubles in the 10th to claim that mixed doubles title with Yvonne Rhodes. Let's see what he can do here later on in the match. And there's a shot to the right a little bit. Won't make it up to the pocket. That's going to be an 8 count for De Boer. It'll be a 2-5 combination variant of the bucket. And you can see almost got some help there, but leaves the 2-5. That'll give him the 8-pin lead. Assuming he can... Hello there, Phil. And let's see if De Boer can convert this 2-5. You can see our friends Bruno Bidone and Marc Chavet in the background there. There are your French commentators for these matches. My name is Bruce Hall, and I'm your international commentator. And De Boer hooks at that 2-5 and makes it without any problem. So good cover there. That'll leave De Boer with the 8-pin advantage through 2. And here we go to our 4th frame now. Again on that left lane. Will we see another mixer on this lane now or something else? Let's see what De Boer can do. Once again, only 2 matches left in this stepladder. David Barak and Kenny B.O. And there's a ring 10. That's what you get for hitting the pocket solid. It's a better shot, actually, higher in the pocket. And watch this ball comes up, turns up, turns up. Whoa, just doesn't get that turn in the back. Maybe he got it a hair fast. But that's a ring 10 on the left lane for De Boer. And now De Boer did miss one of these in the last match. Let's see what he does here. And he's cross lane, and he misses again. That's his second missed 10-pin in 2 games for De Boer. And unfortunately, that's going to give him a deficit now in the match where he formerly had the lead. And kind of another unforced error for Mike De Boer. And that'll give him 76 in the 4th, or as we say, -4 on his count towards 200. And now can Manning double up here and really put some pressure on De Boer. There's a pretty good chance he's going to hit the pocket. And he does dead flush it. Great shot there by Phil Manning. And he took that 4-pin lead and turned it into 14 just like that. He was down 8, and in 1 frame, basically, now he's up 14. Watch this ball turn into the pocket. This is really the perfect angle to come through and flush 10 in the pit. Manning was a member of the English junior team England in the U16 and U18 levels. Of course, he's 37 now, so that was a little while ago, but certainly a strong player in Team England. And turns it up, and now he doesn't get the ball to turn the corner, and he leaves the entire bucket. That would be the 2, 4, 5, 8. And come on. Just doesn't make the corner there, leaves that bucket. So he's going to have to go straight at this. He does use his plastic ball at it, and he does cover the bucket. Good cover there. And no problem there on the bucket. And that actually will give him an even 10-pin lead now, giving the count back to De Boer by leaving that bucket. So here's De Boer. He made this change last game. He switched to this harsh reality. Let's see what he does here. He goes out to the dry. Come on, turn up. Doesn't make the corner. And it's a little surprising because that's a more aggressive ball certainly than the Purple Hammer. And he used it to good effect last game to get his only double. Actually, now we think about it, a little surprising he went back to the Purple Hammer. But I think he put that in exactly the same place as he put the last shot on that lane. With the more aggressive surface, that ball should have turned up and carried. I think he was surprised that it didn't make the corner. But does leave the 2-8 split, hooks into it, and no trouble in the conversion. So once again, 10-pin match going into our 6th frame here. All these players have bowled 18 games of qualifying at various locations around France. We're actually here at the Bowling La Sphère in Fontaine, Comte, about 200 miles southwest of Paris, for our televised finals. And as with all of the seedings, the 18-game qualifying was used to determine stepladder order and position. And goes straight up, and another ring 10 on that left lane. Just can't get any kind of consistent carry. Ken de Boer, he threw those first 2 strikes and has not struck since. Look at that good shot. The 6-pin wraps around the 10. And good shot there. And now the bowling gods are testing him again with another 10-pin. Let's see how he does this time. Last time when he left a second 10-pin, he made it. And this time he makes it as well. So good cover there by Mike de Boer. Now let's see what Manning can do. Again, when you look at Manning, he doubles and then he throws that bucket. That's a symptom of that carry down, especially when you see that purple hammer carry that oil down the lane. All of a sudden you expect the ball to turn in the last 10 feet and it hits some patch of oil or something and goes straight and doesn't give you the pocket hit that you were hoping for. And here is Manning. Gets that out to the dry. Will that turn up? No. It's kind of a OB spot out there. It just won't recover. The pattern certainly calls for some dry out where that ball ends up at the break point, but that lane is just behaving a little bit more with more oil on it, not making the corner as aggressively. So bowlers who trust the ball out there aren't getting rewarded with the ball making it back to the pocket. So here's Manning now with the same 2-5 we've seen before. So we've seen 3 or 4 variations, 2-8. We've seen variations on that bucket, on that left lane, on that right lane several times. So that's going to give Manning the 9-pin lead. He gives him count back. So it is that one missed 10-pin by de Boer that is the difference here. There is Phil Manning's wife, Becca, looking on, looking a little bit stressed. Her husband does have the 9-pin lead at this point. I think she knows that with the 5th game on this transition happening on this Gateway Arch oil pattern, nobody can lock in and string a bunch of strikes together. Let's see how we do here. Another great shot right at the pocket. He gets the slap 10 that time. Good shot there by Phil Manning. He has really thrown quality shots. Straight up, very good balance, straight up the lane. And that time the 6-pin goes to the sideboard and slaps that 10 out. It's amazing how the pins know when the ball comes a little bit late into the pocket or you throw it a little bit fast. That 10-pin gets left. I don't know how they know, but they seem to know. And here is, and he throws it out to that kind of wet spot there that won't make the corner, and it does make the corner. I think he slowed it down a little bit, but it comes up for a weak 10. So I think that I doubt his purple hammer would have made it off that corner from there, but the harsh reality does, but it still comes up late to the pocket and leaves him a weak 10. And now de Boer will go cross lane once again, and he misses another 10-pin. Oh, trouble for de Boer with that spare, and that's his second missed 10. That's going to be on the left side this time. You can see it's left right off his hand and not really threatening the 10 there. So these 2 forced errors, unforced errors for de Boer are the difference in the match. He would be leading now were he to make those 2 spares. And now on this left lane, let's see if he can find the strike zone. He's got all the power to string strikes together if he can get lined up here. So there's out to that dry. See, on that lane it recovers. He gets it back and he gets the strike. So good shot there for de Boer. He trusts it out to the right with that harsh reality. Please turn, and gets the mixer. He doesn't, not celebrating much because I think he's pretty disgusted over missing those 10 pins. It's Manning in the driver's seat here. If he can find a way to strike again, He will be up by 31. And another good shot by Manning. He gets the carry on the 10-pin. And great shot there. So Phil Manning taking control of the match. And he can shoot 52-44 with De Boer only maxing out at 213 at this point. So Manning definitely in control of his own fate. And let's see what he can do here in the 9th. If he could strike here, that would just about do it, because he's got a 31-pin lead already. And this would get him to 40 and put him in the 2 teens even with an open. So I don't think De Boer would be able to catch up. So probably the shot of the match here for Manning. And he just casually gets up and just dead flushes it. So it looks like Phil Manning is going to be moving on to face our number 2 seed, David Barak. Powerful two-hander. Young, powerful two-hander. And no problem there. So, and we've seen Phil perform at the back end of these games several times. As we said in the mixed doubles stepladder, he was deadly in the 10th when he needed it to win his matches. And there is De Boer. That one's out the window on the right, unfortunately. So we had Pepe Consteri winning 2 matches. We had Mike De Boer winning 2 matches. And now it will be Phil Manning moving on to face David Barak in our next match. And tune back for that on the same channel. And stick around for Marc Chavet's interview with our contestants after this match is over. Once again, my name is Bruce Hall, and I'm your international commentator for these matches. It's my privilege to bring these matches to you. And he comes up a little bit late there on that 1-2. So that's going to officially do it for this match. And unfortunately, De Boer was cruising along. He hadn't really thrown that many bad shots, but now he's pacing back down to the 170s with those 3 opens. And he'll just bowl it out here. And then Manning will take a victory lap in the 10th on that right lane. I'd like to thank Storm for sponsoring our Women's Series, and of course QubicaAMF for their continued sponsorship of this Masters Series. We'd also like to thank our institutional partner, National Sports Agency, as well as the regions of Normandy, Brittany, and New-Aquitaine, the departments of Calvados, La Manche, Dille-en-Vilaine, Pays de Loire, and La Vienne, and of course the cities of Rennes, Chateaubriand, and Fontaine-le-Comte. And if you would like to be part of the 2025-2026 bowling promotion tour, please visit their website. And he's organizing those matches right now is Bruno Bidone. And some exciting other things coming along. Bruno has been hinting to me a number of different things he's been working on to promote bowling in the French and European arena. So wonderful promoter is Bruno, and we thank him very much for all of his great work in terms of promoting bowling across the world. And there is De Boer is going to take care of that 2-pin, and that will be that. So it will be a 171 effort for De Boer. And now Manning in this victory lap still has 244 available. I got that one left. Oh, but it stayed right in the pocket, and he strikes. So now he's in the 230s, and one more will be 240. This is a much closer match than the score indicates. Phil can win by actually 70, but if he if De Boer makes those 2 spares, and even the 3rd spare that he missed, he's certainly 2-0, and then with just a couple of breaks on strikes, it could have been a much, much closer match. So, oh, now another ball change for, wow, that ball picked up a lot. So much more aggressive surface there. I can't see what that ball is actually, but a much more aggressive surface compared to that optimum idle. And so looking like, and it will be in the 230s here. Yes, sir. Looking like 232 for Phil Manning. So good match, guys. And it will be Manning moving on to face David Barak. And we'll look at some recapped statistics here. And there is a Hug from Becca to Mike de Boer. And looking at our final score, we see 2-2-2. It's actually 2-32 for Manning to the 171 for de Boer. A disappointing game for Mike. And let's look at some statistics. It was, again, 232 with 7 strikes for Manning, 4 spares. 4 spares for de Boer. Could only muster 4 strikes. That was with that early double and 171. So stay tuned for Marc Chavet's interview, and we'll see you here for our next match.
Post-match interview alongside Mike de Boer, getting the L, unfortunately the loss after this one. Mike, those 2 opens, indeed very taxing moments during the matchup there. You can't have 2 opens at this level of competition and hope to get the win.
No, indeed. Phil is a really good player and deserving of the name Team England. And yeah, the 2 opens of mine were just unlucky.
Unlucky, and then trying to find solutions as well. Just Phil, just adding layers of pressure frame after frame. And when he got that triple X, just difficult to survive after that.
Yeah, it was difficult to get back. My purple hammer wasn't just for me not doing it, and I got a stronger ball, but it was it was hit it too hard. So it was a terrible choice for me.
Well, the philosophy says there's always next time, right? So you can come back with a vengeance, take the experience as much as you can learn out of this one, indeed. As let's invite Phil Manning to join us. He'll Phil the Machine Manning, the winner of this event here, the quarterfinal. He's making his way into the semis. Next up for him is David Barak. But first, this one here is interesting. 2 opens for Mike, Phil, and from that point onwards, you just knew you had to pile the pressure. That's what you did, finding the triple X, and that just was too much for Mike to handle.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I've played with Mikey all week. I've played against him all week, and I've seen how consistent he is. And when those 2 opens, I was like, that's just not like him at all. But, you know, whether they're your friends or not, you take those chances when they're given to you. He gave me the opens, stayed calm, and just made the shots I needed to, and it came out my way and effectively put it to bed as quickly as possible and buy me some time towards the end of the game to relax and get ready for the next one.
Well, that's what they say. When opportunity knocks, you need to open the door. Coming up next for you, Phil, David Barak, the Strike-Manator. That's going to be an interesting matchup. The semifinals, a little pressure here because you're talking about money now. Whoever gets to go into the final, we're talking about some serious cash. Does that add a layer of complexity to the matchup?
No, I mean, it's always nice when there's a little bit of icing on the cake, but at the end of the day, what matters is the taste. As long as you can get there and win it, that's all that matters.